My name is Ted Robinson, and I'm from the Center for Inner Healing. This is a Sunday night Tapathon that we've been holding for quite some time now. And we decided to go to YouTube, Google Plus Hangouts, so that these sessions can be recorded and archived on YouTube directly. And we hope that you're on the call with us. And if you have not been on the call in the past, and you pick this up on YouTube, we ask that you join us, because we get a lot. We get a lot done on Sunday nights, and you can be part of that. So I want to tell you first off that this is being videotaped, as it always is on Hangouts, and we then have it automatically posted to YouTube, so you can follow up. If it's a good session for you in particular, then you can actually use this anytime you want afterwards, and that's the purpose of it, to get as much EFT out for others as possible. So let's see what we have to do here today. We don't have anybody on the call yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the session nonetheless, as if there were people on. As they come on, we'll have them join, and if nobody comes on, we'll just do it the way we normally do it, which is to do EFT. Now, the way a borrowing benefits group works is I will say various words to you, and you'll repeat them back to me. So if nobody shows up, I'll say both parts so you can pick up on this nonetheless. And we'll work on various issues that have arisen with other people in the past, and hopefully you'll have a good session to follow through with. I'm sure you will, actually. The best part of having a group actually participate is that I get feedback from them, and I have to actually work with what's going on with them. And that's the most important aspect of all of this, that we work with you and you work with us at the same time. And so when there's nobody on the call, it makes it more arduous. But it doesn't make it impossible. So tonight we'll work on stress. We'll start out with resistance to change, then work on various aspects of stress, and then close the call. If somebody does show up on the call, what we'll do is we'll interview them, find out what their issue is, and that'll give me some insights as to what words to use for them, so that they'll be able to bring up their emotions. And that's the purpose of this. You want to bring up your emotions, about your negative emotions, about whatever issue you have, physical or emotional issues you have, so that you can actually tap them away. Because the way emotional freedom technique works is it's all based on one very simple yet profound concept, and that is that all negative thoughts, self-limiting beliefs, pain, and aberrant behavior is based on or caused by a simple blockage in one or more meridians. Now you might ask yourself, or ask me, well, which meridian is it, and why don't I just tap on one? The answer to that's quite simple. I am not a diagnostician. I am not licensed. I don't want to be licensed. This is a lay technique. It's intended to be that way. I think somebody's calling in trying to get on this call. Hold on a moment. Hello, Sonia. Well, I have 3 viewers, but you may have to join Google Plus. So, well, let's see if we can get you up on this, okay? Huh. I don't know how we're going to get you on here, hon. I know, I hear you. I don't know why you're not on. I really don't. 14 watching. Well, you know what, Sonia, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to watch tonight. I'll do as good a job as I can for you, okay? I'm sorry, baby. I'll work on this to make sure we get you on next time. Bye-bye, Ann. Okay, so it apparently tells me that she tells me that there are a number of people viewing this, but they're not on the call itself because they're not showing up at the bottom. This is still a new technology for me. I'm still working on trying to get it right, and I am absolutely dedicated to getting this right. I don't know what we're going to do to get it right, but we're going to get this right eventually, because I know this is the technique, or the technology of the future in the present moment, right now, and that's what we want to do. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do the show just like I would normally do it, as if there were people on the show, and I will say both sides. Follow along, tap along, and you'll get the benefit nonetheless. Here we go. So the way we start is with a resistance to change round. I do not teach EFT here. If you want to know how to do EFT and you haven't found out before this, you can just simply follow along and you'll get the benefits. I guarantee that. But go to my website, at tedrobinson.com, and you'll find an EFT page which explains it all. Or you can go onto YouTube at Ted Robinson EFT, and you'll find a number of different videos, and one's a tutorial, a couple of them are tutorials on how to do EFT. So here we go. We're going to start with resistance to change, and that was how we always start every borrowing benefits group. So we're going to say, even though I know I'm resistant to change, and you'll say, even though I know I'm resistant to change. So you see I'm saying both sides here. Make it a little more difficult for me, but you'll get the idea as we go along. I love and accept myself nonetheless. I love and accept myself nonetheless. Actually, I don't really want to change. Actually, I don't really want to change. I can tell that because I haven't changed the very things I want to change. Because I haven't changed the very things I want to change. So I must be resistant to change. So I must be resistant to change. I don't know why I'm resistant. I don't know why I'm resistant, but I am. But I am. And I'm going to do the best I can to get through this and start changing soon. But I'm going to do the best I can to start getting through, to get through this and start changing soon. Here we go. Top of the head. We're going to say, I'm really resistant to change. I'm really resistant to change. I don't like change. I don't like change. I wish I could change. I wish I could change, but I can't change that easily. But I can't change that easily. Hey, I can't change some of things at all. Hey, I can't change some things at all. The things I want to change the most, I don't seem to be able to change. The things I want to change the most, I don't have any way to change. Under the armpit. I have every way to change it. I haven't made the choice yet. I have every way to change it. I haven't made the choice yet. I really want to change, though. I really want to change, though. Except that's not true. Except that's not true. Because I really haven't made the changes I want. Because I really haven't made the changes I want. That means I'm resistant to change. That means I'm resistant to change. And I'm really just not making the choice to change. And I'm really just not making the choice to change. I'm going to make the choice now. I'm going to make the choice now. I choose to start changing right now. I choose to start changing right now. I choose to accept all suggestions about change. I choose to accept all suggestions about change. I choose to invite change into my life. I choose to invite change into my life. I choose to accept whatever shows up. I choose to accept whatever shows up. And if I don't like what I get, I can always change again. I can always change again. I choose change in my life. I choose change in my life. I choose to accept change in my life when it arrives. I choose to accept change in my life when it arises. And I choose to embrace change fully and completely. I choose to embrace change fully and completely. I know this can work for me. I know this can work for me. I just haven't made a full and complete choice yet. I just haven't made a full and complete choice yet until now. Until now. Now I'm making the choice to change. Now I'm making the choice to change. I invite change into my life. I invite change into my life. And I accept and embrace change when it arrives. And I accept and embrace change when it arrives. Side of the head. And I know I will start changing immediately. And I know I will start changing immediately. Drop your hands, take a nice deep breath. And let it out. Very good. So since I can't see anybody, let me just see who's on tonight. We have a few viewers. Yeah, we have about 6 or 8 viewers. I'm going to work on stress tonight because that's an all-inclusive thing. I'm actually editing a book that I've previously written and expanding it on stress. It's called Rapidly Reduce Stress with EFT. And we just finished the new cover, and we're updating it all. So I think it's a good thing because my mind is into stress right now, and I think everybody suffers from stress in one way or another, and it's really affecting us badly. Stress kills. So let's work on stress tonight. And I'm going to take just a moment to focus on what it may be. Relationship stress is probably the most important for everybody, right? So we're going to work on relationship stress first. And I'd like you to now focus in on relationship stress if you have it. Now, if you don't have relationship stress, I'm going to tell you how to focus on your particular issue so that you can channel whatever tapping we're going to do together into your particular issue. This is a little bit of a departure from the way Gary Craig does it, the founder of EFT, but I find that it really helps, and it's an old NLP method that really is very effective. So I'd like you to do it this way, if you will, if you want to follow along, or you can just say the words that I'm saying. So what I want you to do right now, for anybody who doesn't want to work on relationship stress, try saying that. Relationship stress is not easy. So anyway, I want you to focus on your particular issue right now. Focus on your particular issue, and I want you to feel it as if it was absolutely happening right now. Whatever it is, it could be money problems, it could be job issues, it could be family problems, it could be anything. Anything you want. Feel it right now as fully as you can. See yourself in a movie, and see yourself cast in the primary role. Everything is happening to you. And right now, put yourself at the climactic moment of that movie about the issue that you want to deal with right now. And now feel it fully. Really see it happening. Feel it as it's happening right now. And now give it a name. Give it a title. 3 to 4 or 5 words max. And that's your title. Those are your words that you're going to say whenever I say your words. Say your words. And I'll say those from time to time as we go along. Early on, but later on I'll just kind of go on because I'm getting involved in issues. So at this point, say your words will be your invitation to say the words, the trigger words for this issue for you. And that way everything will anchor, all the tapping will anchor into your particular issue that you want. And so you'll get much better benefit that way in my experience. Now, I want everybody, whether they're dealing with relationship issues or not, whatever your particular issue is, I want you to feel your SUDS right now. SUDS is a subjective unit. Let's going to go this way. Subjective unit of discomfort scale, SUDS, SUDS. It's an acronym for a subjective unit of discomfort scale. And what that means is everybody's got their own calibration of pain. Everybody's got different pain thresholds. So if this is really troubling you and it's a 10, you'd be in tears, or very, very close to tears. You'd just be right at the tears would just be right at the edge of your eyes. That's a 10. Anything less than that, down to a 0, is just a good guess. So give it a good guess right now, whatever it is, unless you're crying already, and you could be. Just give it a good guess, and that's your SUDS. That's your starting point. Now remember your number, please, because from time to time I'm going to stop and ask everybody to focus on their number and see if it's changed. And usually it does. It usually comes down. But if it doesn't come down, and sometimes it'll go up, that usually means that there was a covering issue that's been resolved and the real issue has popped to the surface. And so that's all you do. You just go to the new issue and work on that and change your words a little bit. That's all. So here we go. We're going to tap on relationship issues. And, you know, whether you're married, whether you're single, we all have relationship issues because we all have to relate to other people. Or maybe even we don't relate to anybody. All those things are relationship issues. And it could be in your personal relationships, it could be in your business relationships, in your friendship relationships, any kind of relationships possible. And so anything that's relationship oriented for you, that's what you want to focus on right now. And I'm going to be saying words that will hopefully trigger you. That's the idea of using all these negative words, is to actually trigger you so that you'll feel it more fully. Because the more fully you feel it right up front, the more you're going to resolve it, because we actually block the meridians by saying all these negative things. So don't be put off by the negative things. As long as you're tapping along, you won't take the negativity on. It actually blocks the meridians better, so we can unblock it better with the tapping. If you don't really feel the issue, you can't really get the full benefit of it. So the more you feel it, the more you heal it. So take that under advisement because it really, really works and it really, really matters. So here we go. We're going to deal with relationship issues now, and get your words together. If you're not using relationships, get your words together and get your SUDS. Set your SUDS now. Here we go. I'm going to say, even though I'd like to be in a relationship, Even though I'd like to be in a relationship, it just doesn't happen for me. It just doesn't happen for me. Either he's to this or to that. Either he's to this or to that. Or I just can't seem to feel the chemistry with him. Or I just can't seem to feel the chemistry with him. Nothing's working for me, though, and that's what's important. Nothing's working for me, though, and that's what's important. I just can't seem to find the right person for me. I just can't seem to find the right person for me. And it's really upsetting. It's really upsetting. I hate to be alone. I hate to be alone. And I love and accept myself nonetheless. And I love and accept myself nonetheless. So here we go, top of the head. I really wish I could find somebody. I really wish I could find somebody. But there's nobody really right for me. But there's really nobody right for me. Either he or she is to this or to that. Either he or she is to this or to that for me. Or it's me. Or it's me. I just can't settle. I just won't settle. I can't settle. I won't settle. I won't settle. I can't settle. I don't want to wind up unhappy just to be in a relationship. I don't want to wind up unhappy just to wind up in a relationship. I don't care what it is right now. I don't care what it is. I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in a relationship. Something has to change in my life. Something has to change in my life. I'm very lonely lately. I'm very lonely lately. And I really need companionship. And I really need companionship. No, I want companionship. No, I want companionship. Well, whatever it is, I don't have any. Whatever it is, I don't have any. And I wish I did have some. And I wish I did have some. Top of the head, say your words now. Say your words. And this is the point where you're going to say them nice and loudly. Say those words. All right, here we go. I want to be in a relationship and I don't care how it happens. I want to be in a relationship and I don't care how it happens. And that's a recipe for disaster. And that's a recipe for disaster. It's more important to be discerning. It's more important to be discerning and get the right relationship. And get the right relationship. There is the right person out there for me. There is the right person out there for me. They just don't know it yet. They just don't know it yet. I know it. I know it, but they don't know it. Side of the eyes, say your words again. Say your words again. Nice and loudly. Say them nice and loudly. There you go. Good, good. Under the eyes. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. I try as hard as I can. I try as hard as I can. And there's the problem. And there's the problem. You can't try to be in relationship. You can't try to be in relationship because you're always not being you then. Because you're always not being you then. I just need to be myself. I just need to be myself. And there's a perfect person out there for me. And there's a perfect person out there for me. They just have to be themselves. They just have to be themselves. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Everybody's trying to impress everybody else. Everybody's trying to impress everybody else. And I just want to be me. And I just want to be me. Side of the hand. And I don't know what to do anymore. And I don't know what to do anymore. Hands down, nice deep breath. And let it out. Now I'd like you to check your SUDS, your subjective unit of discomfort scale between 0 and 10, 10 being the most, and see if it's changed at all. See if it's come down. Even if you weren't working with relationships, it should be on the decline now. It may have not moved yet, but rest assured it will. Hang in there, keep working on it, and it will work. It's just a matter of time. All right, so ready? Here we go. So you're going to say, even though I'm feeling a little better about my relationship issues, even though I'm feeling a little bit better about my relationship issues, I still don't have one. I still don't have one. What are you going to bring the right person to me? What are you going to bring the right person to me? No, you're going to bring the right person to you. No, you're going to bring the right person to me. You mean I'm going to do it? You mean I'm going to do it? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Here we go, top of the head. I'm going to bring the right person to me. I'm going to bring the right person to me. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? I haven't been able to find one no matter how hard I try. I haven't been able to find one no matter how hard I try. And that's the problem. And that's the problem. It's not about trying. It's not about trying. It's all about being you. It's all about being you. You mean about being me? You mean about being me? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I can't be me. I can't be me. If anybody else knew what I know about me, if anybody else knew what I know about me, they would never date me. They would never date me. Well, I didn't say you have to tell them everything. I didn't tell you they had to tell you everything. You have to tell them everything. Say your words on the nose and under the mouth. Say your words now. Say your words, please. Nice and loudly, nice and loudly. Collarbone point. I need to be more open in my life. I need to be more open in my life and be honest with others, and be honest with others instead of hiding who I am. Instead of hiding who I am. I can actually do that. I can actually do that. And I don't have to tell them everything. And I don't have to tell them everything. Being honest doesn't mean you have to expose all the nooks and crannies. Being honest doesn't mean you have to expose all the nooks and crannies. You just have to be honest with people. You just have to be honest with people. I'd like to be honest, but I'm afraid. I'd like to be honest, but I'm afraid. I feel I have to put on my best face at all times. I feel I have to put on my best face at all times. What if he sees me without makeup on? What if he sees me without makeup on? Then what'll happen? Then what'll happen? Well, what if I get seen in my underwear? What happens if I get seen in my underwear? Then what'll happen? Everybody has the same fears and worries. Everybody has the same fears and worries. When we're honest and open about it, others don't feel ill at ease then. Others don't feel ill at ease then. And you can share the common experience of nervousness. And you can share the common experience of nervousness. Eyebrow point, say your words now. Say your words. That's right, nice and loudly. Feel it and say them. There you go. Side of the eyes. You mean all I have to do is be honest? You mean all I have to do is be honest? That's right. Honest and open is the ticket. Honest and open is the ticket. I can do that. I can do that. You mean I can actually have a relationship? You mean I can actually have a relationship? Under the armpit. Yes, you can, but there's a lot more involved too. Yes, you can, but there's a lot more involved too. I like the way this is going. I think I can do this. I like the way this is going. I think I can do this. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. Hands down. Nice deep breath. And let it out. So see how that feels now. And check your suds and see how that is. And now we're going to go a little further and a little deeper now. Here we go. So you should be having your suds come on down. If the issue has changed for you or a different aspect is showing up, then work on the different aspect. That's how you do this. Just keep working on various aspects until it's all worked out. And it will work out, but you just have to keep working. Even after we finish this Tapathon tonight, you can keep working on it. Just keep working on it until it's completely dissolved. And right in front of your eyes, it'll dissolve. All your fears, worries, anxiety, frustrations, nervousness, it'll all resolve if you allow it, if you keep working on it. That's the idea. You just have to keep working on it in bits and pieces, and it will eventually resolve. So you say, even though I'm feeling even better now, I don't think it's really going to work for me. I don't think it's really going to work for me. You mean it really can work? You mean it really can work? That's right, it can work for me. That's right, it can work for me. It's just my resistance to change. It's just my resistance to change. I'm really worried about this whole thing. I'm really worried about this whole thing. I want a sincere relationship with somebody. I want a sincere relationship with somebody without being taken advantage of. Without being taken advantage of. And I want to have a meeting of the minds and hearts. And I want to have a meeting of the minds and hearts. But I've just been too darn fearful all this time. And that's going to change now. And that's going to change now. Here we go, top of the head. That's not going to change. That's not going to change. I have a lot of fear about this issue. And even though I'm feeling a lot better right now, And even though I'm feeling a lot better right now, you've gone too far this time. You've gone too far this time. I'm never going to feel at ease with another person. I'm never going to feel at ease with another person. I'm never going to let my guard down. I'm never going to let my guard down. I've seen too many people get hurt. I've seen too many people get hurt. And I've been hurt. And I've been hurt. And I don't want to have that happen again. And I don't want to have that happen again. But I know I still want to be in relationship. But I know I still want to be in relationship, or at least in relatedness, at least in relatedness. I'd like to relate to another human being sincerely. I'd like to relate to another human being sincerely and allow them to do the same with me. And allow them to do the same with me. And maybe, just maybe, we can actually get along. We can actually get along. Maybe that might lead to love. Maybe that might lead to love. I don't want to hear love anymore. I don't want to hear love anymore. I've been hurt too often. I've been hurt too often. But I still want to be loved. But I still want to be loved. I still want to love somebody else. I still want to love somebody else. And the irony of the whole thing is, I am love. I am love. And you are love. And you are love. You can't feel love for another without having love within yourself. You can't feel love for another without having love within yourself. In fact, you can't feel love towards another without you being love. In fact, you can't feel love towards another without you being love. You mean I am love? You mean I am love? That's right, I am love. That's right, I am love. Under the arm, say your words again. Say your words right now. Say your words. That's right, nice and loudly. You might want to say them again. Top of the head. If I am love, then that means I don't have to look outside of myself for love. Then that means I don't have to look outside of myself for love. You mean I am love? You mean I am love? Well, then why do I have to be in relationship? Well, then why do I have to be in relationship? Under the nose and mouth. You don't. You don't. But it does feel good. But it does feel good to trust another human being, and know that they trust you, and opening your heart, is the easiest and fastest way to do that. Plus it feels really good. To be in relationship. To be in love feels wonderful. To be in love feels wonderful. I'd like that. And I'm going to trust that this can happen. This can happen. This can happen for me. Hands down, nice deep breath. How's that feel? I know I'm feeling good from it. How are you feeling? Well, okay. So now, at this point, check your suds again, please. See where it is now. It should be down considerably. Don't fret if it's not. Sometimes the suds comes down even after we finish a group here. And I just need to check the time for a moment. Okay. We don't always go an hour. And tonight this seems like it's working pretty well. I like it, and that's all that really matters to me since I'm the only one I'm talking to right now. And I hope it's working for you guys as well. Let me just see here. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go on another round of this and vary it just a little bit. Side of the hand, we're going to say, even though I'm down considerably on my suds, I really have a lot of issues about relationships. And this isn't going to take care of them all. Is it? No, it's not. But I can continue to deal with these issues myself. Just by continually tapping on them. And I love and accept myself no matter what. Here we go, top of the head. So I'm down considerably right now. And I like the way it feels right now. I'm really feeling more open. And loving. I like the way this feels. I like the way this feels. I am love. I am love. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I am love. I am love. And when I say I love you, and when I say I love you, I'm saying that because I am love. I'm saying that because I am love. And I'm feeling that love for you. And I'm feeling that love for you. And that's what it really is all about. And that's what it really is all about. It doesn't have to be about anything beyond that. It doesn't have to be anything about anything beyond that. It can just be that. It can just be that. You can be in love with your family. You can be in love with your family or your friends or a loved one separate from them or a loved one separate from them. However it is you love, however it is you love, whoever it is you love, whoever it is you love, is simply a reflection, of the love that you are. Of the love that you are and how you're expressing it toward them and how you're expressing it toward them. You mean I am the love to begin with? You mean I am the love to begin with? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I am the love. I am the love. You are the love. You are the love because I am reflecting my love toward you. Because I'm reflecting my love towards you. And love is just that way. And love is just that way. It expands as it bounces off each other. It expands as it bounces off each other. And then things get really good. And then things get really good. And love is a great thing to share. And love is a great thing to share. Side of the hand, I know I can be in love again. I know I can be in love again. And I like that. And I like that. It feels so good. It feels so good. Hands down, nice deep breath. And let it out. Now feel your suds now, please. Check it out and see how you're feeling with it. All right, we're going to do one more round on this, maybe more. Depends upon how this one goes. And this is going to be about something else related to this that I think most of us fall into. So follow along. Here we go. We're going to say, even though I'm feeling much better now, and I know that I am love, and I know that I am love, and I know that I can be in love, and I know that I can be in love, and I know that love will be reciprocated, and I know that love will be reciprocated if everything goes right, if everything goes right. But what happens if it goes wrong? But what happens if it goes wrong? Then what do I do about it? Then what do I do about it? I'd like to know the answers to these questions. I'd like to know the answers to these questions. And I love and accept myself whether I get them or not. And I love and accept myself whether I get them or not. Here we go, top of the head. What happens if things go wrong? What happens if things go wrong? And we have to split up. We have to split up. What do we do then? What do we do then? Things happen. Things happen. Love is in the moment. Love is in the moment. It doesn't have to last forever. It doesn't have to last forever. It lasts for the moment. It lasts for the moment. And if it lasts in the next moment, and if it lasts in the next moment, all the better. All the better. And if it lasts for 50 years or 60 years, if it lasts for 50 or 60 years, that might be good too. But the idea is we don't have to prejudge anything. We don't have to prejudge anything. Love is only now. Love is only now. The next moment is never guaranteed. The next moment is never guaranteed. And the problem most of us have with this concept, is we expect and demand that love continue once we're in love. Is that we expect and demand that love continue once we're in love. And if we don't break it up, then we're the hurt ones or the victims. And if we don't break it up, then we're the hurt ones or the victims. And there are no victims. There's just a lot of hurt. And the hurt doesn't have to get angry. And the hurt doesn't have to get angry. And the hurt doesn't have to hurt. And the hurt doesn't have to hurt. Hurt comes from dashed expectations. Dashed expectations. And that's always in the future. And that's always in the future, which is always of the ego. Which is always of the ego. Because the ego's in charge of the past and the future, but never the present. The ego is always in charge of the past and the future, but never the present. And that's where love resides. And that's where love resides and emerges from, and emerges from. Love comes from the present moment. Love comes from the present moment because I am love, because I am love. And when love comes from the present moment, and when love comes from the present moment, it is very pure. It's very pure because it's only here now. Because it's only here now. I am love. I am love. You are love. You are love in this moment. In this moment. There's no guarantee of the next moment. There's no guarantee of the next moment. Under the arm, say your words. Say your words one more time. One last time. Say your words. But I want it to last if I'm going to be in love. But I want it to last if I'm going to be in love. It will last. It will last as long as it's lasted. As long as it lasts. It will last as long as it lasts. And not a moment beyond. Not a moment beyond. And there's no question about it. There's no question about it. It hurts. It hurts. But that's because of our ego. But that's because of our ego. We always remain love. We always remain love. Singly or apart, as a couple or apart. As a couple or apart. We can't change that. We can't change that. We are the essence of love. We are the essence of love. That never changes. That never changes. But our commitments to one another can change. But our commitments to one another can change. And it's our ego that tries to hang on. And it's our ego that tries to hang on. Or if it doesn't get what it wanted, it gets angry. Or if it doesn't get what it wanted, it gets angry. And therein lies the rub. And therein lies the rub. There is the problem that we all struggle with. There's the problem we all struggle with. Brokenheartedness. Brokenheartedness. Dashed hopes and expectations. Dashed hopes and expectations. But it doesn't have to be that way any longer. It doesn't have to be that way any longer. Just love for now. Just love for now. For this moment. For this moment. And have no attachment to the outcome. And have no attachment to the outcome. Just be here now in love. Just be here now in love. And let the future take care of itself. And let the future take care of itself. It will do that on its own. It will do that on its own. You're always in the present moment. You're always in the present moment. That's the only time any of us are alive. It's the only time any of us are alive. And we can be in the present moment in love. And we can be in the present moment in love. And not worry about the future until it occurs. And not worry about the future until it occurs. And then accept it without judgment. And then accept it without judgment. Whatever it is, good or bad. Whatever it is, good or bad. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. But I know it sounds right. But I know it sounds right. Hands down, nice deep breath. And let it out. Well, how does that feel now? It should be feeling pretty good. I hope, I expect, I trust. All right. So that's going to be it for tonight. If you need to continue tapping, please do so. Continue right along on your own, because you've got the feel for it, I'm sure, right by now. And you can always watch the other videos that are up under Ted Robinson EFT on YouTube, or visit our site, or you can come to our Borrowing Benefits Group on Wednesday night at our Center for Inner Healing, located at 26 St. Paul's Place, Hempstead, New York, and the zip is 11550. That's on Long Island. It's in Nassau County, just outside of New York City. And we do that from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Wednesday night for $20, and nobody's turned away at the door. We want people to come and feel the benefits. We know that what we're doing here is valuable, and the whole point of doing it is to help others heal the world. Because as we heal ourselves, we do heal the world around us. So thank you for coming tonight. I send my love to each and every one of you, and I know it's reflected by your love, because that's what we are, love, at all times. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time. Same time, same place, Sunday nights, 8 p.m. during Daylight Savings Time, 7 p.m. After Daylight Savings is over. See you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.